Did you tell your father anything about this?
No. It was such a nothing. There was nothing to tell. I mean, I wouldn't have even remembered it until you start scouring through the stuff. It was literally just a wasted 20 minutes, which was a shame.
That was some more of Donald Trump Jr.'s sit-down with Sean Hannity, which will air in its entirety at 10 o'clock tonight. So where Trump Jr. denied that his father had any proper knowledge of the sit-down, any prior knowledge, rather, with the Russian lawyer Natalia Veselnitskaya, earlier the White House weighed in, offering this statement of support for Donald Trump Jr. from his father, the president. Watch.
I have a quick statement that I will read from the president. My son is a high-quality person, and I applaud his transparency. And beyond that, I'm going to have to refer everything on this matter to John Jr.'s counsel and outside counsel.
So here now, Charles Krauthammer is syndicated columnist and Fox News contributor. Of course, Charles, good to see you this evening. Good evening to you.
Pleasure.
So one of the things that was said in these emails is from Donald Trump Jr. is he says to Rob, who is setting up this meeting, if it's what you say, I love it, especially later in the summer. Meaning if you could get me information and it comes at a really crucial time, I love it. That's great. What do you make of all this?
Well, I love it are the fatal words. The defense of the Trump administration for the last 6 months, which I supported, was there doesn't appear to be a there there. I was saying this is a cover-up in search of a crime. There wasn't any evidence of collusion. There were lots of coincidences, lots of meetings, lots of non-disclosures, but that's all circumstantial. There was nothing to show that the Trump administration was aware of or supporting the Russian interference in our elections. And this just showed up today in black and white, released by Don Jr. himself. This is not released in the, the anti-Trump media. So you see it in black and white. This is not to say that collusion is a crime. It never was. But it is to say that the denial of collusion is very weak right now because it looks as if, I don't know if there's any other explanation, Don Jr. was receptive to receiving this information.
You're saying he was receptive, and he said that himself in the interview with Sean. We played the sound, but he said, there's all this stuff going around, and, I get an email from this guy that I know who says, we have something that you should see. Every campaign is looking for dirt on the opposition, every single one, right? So he goes to the meeting, and as per his claim, nothing came out of it. He said it was a complete waste of time. So, you've got the suggestion that, well, if you know something that would be helpful to us, I'd like to hear it. Is that in and of itself, collusion when there was absolutely no fruit from the actual meeting? There's nothing there after the meeting is over?
Well, it's a hell of a defense to say that your collusion was incompetent and that it didn't work out. The fact is that this is not just opposition research. This is not somebody coming out of the woodwork in Indiana with a story about the Clintons. This is a foreign power, and not just any foreign power, an adversary foreign power, a foreign power that invades our allies in Georgia, in Ukraine, buzzes our airplanes. Just last week in the UN, it nixed any attempt to get sanctions increased on North Korea that supports a genocidal regime in Syria. This is our most serious adversary, one could argue, in the world, and to receive information from them. But here's the deal. They denied they did this. They agreed with the critics, today's critics, that this is a bad thing to do. And they were saying for 6 months, we didn't do it. There's no evidence that we did it. How can you even imagine that we did it? Now they're saying, oh, yeah, we did it, but it wasn't so bad, and we were incompetent at it. That's not a very good defense.